Divine greetings and gratitude to you, my Saiyonan circle. I wanted to come on here to give you some messages that I know nothing about. We're going to be getting into these messages now, and immediately, the first card that wants to show itself is the Fool card. That's the very first card that wants to show up for us. Well, for you, if you will. And then the second card is the Death card. Wow. The Death card. I just wanted you to know that I do have some incense burning. This incense I hand dipped myself. I did not make the incense the stick, but I did dip them, of course. These are available in the Etherium. Make sure that you get you some when you reserve your essentials. And yes, anyways, I love how the smoke is just so beautifully showing itself. Let me see if I can leave it right here for right now. Hopefully I don't get burned. So I don't know what these messages are going to be about. Thank you so much. Oh, and we have the Knight of Wands that has been coming up a lot recently. Oh, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so immediately the energy that I get with this is that I'm hearing the words fresh starts, but this horse has been coming up a lot, which makes sense because, of course, next year will be the year of the horse. So this has everything to do with embodiment. This has everything to do with you moving and acting on the things that you've learned and that you've picked up along the way. And it feels like this is you embodying the culmination of everything that you have learned, that you've picked up on. And wow, you also have the Tower card here that's coming up. You have the Tower card here. So I feel truly like with these coming out, and it's interesting because I didn't even start off with prayer. I feel like someone has already prayed, but we're just going to go ahead and allow the energy to be what it is. Let me move this because if not, it's going to mess up what we have going on. Let me get this straight real quick. Unprepared, right? Unprepared, but it's okay because we're going to get prepared, even if we have to get prepared along the way. That's funny because I feel like that's exactly what this energy is saying. It's like, don't worry about being prepared. You are prepared enough. Everything else will come along the way. That's interesting. But anyway, so basically with these energies that are showing up for us right now or for you, again, this is a culmination of everything that you have learned by far and you embracing and you enacting and you embodying this energy. I do feel like with this newness is coming some form of deep destruction. Something is 100% being fully uprooted, of course, but I also feel like it's just a fresh start. And I'm seeing someone kind of destroy the earth to pull up carrots out of the ground. You may have a really strong significance to carrots right now, and if you don't, I feel like this is something where that you've grounded, that you rooted, and you're pulling them up to see the reality of what has grown. And I feel like with these carrots, this to me is energy that has been rooted. It's been growing for a while now, but now you're ready to kind of just eat on what you have been, what you've done. We have the King of Pentacles here. So this is something that is definitely in plenty. This is something that you can definitely count. This is energy that you can count on. So maybe I should move these up just a little bit because I want you to see the cards that are here. I'm using a different lens. So anyway, this is energy that can 100% be counted on. And this is someone that is not afraid of starting over, starting from scratch, doing things from scratch and creating a system for itself that can withstand the test of time. We are in Capricorn energy, in Capricorn season at the moment. And I feel like with Capricorn energy, Capricorn is not afraid of doing things and building things from the ground up, as long as it does have a strong foundation, as long as it does have a strong structure to it. And I feel like I just heard unapologetic. So what I'm feeling with this energy as well, though, is that with the King of Pentacles, it's coming up as someone who is unapologetically saying that I'm taking myself seriously because I don't want to just sit here and be or act on a potential. This has everything to do with capacity, and it has everything to do with what I can do. And I'm not going to settle for just a potential, because the Fool card does come up as potential. It comes up as pure potential. It comes up as energy that has the ability to be this, but it's infinite possibility. Where there is potential, there is possibility, but we're not banking on a possibility. We are moving with what we know that we can do. We are actually putting the work in to build. So this energy does feel very fortunate, but it's more so like fortune favors the bold. Like that's the quote, fortune favors the bold. It's like if you are wanting something to bring something in, then you are going to have to put in the work. But also with I want you to consider all the years that you've taken to become or to come in this point, right? This King of Pentacles here is showing up as the culmination or the embodiment of everything that it has done before. So I want you to take a moment to pull back, right? The Four of Swords here. I want you to take a moment to pull back and to really think and consider everything that has happened in your life. And I want you to ponder on that, sit with it, digest it, and ask yourself, what has this turned me into? And is who I've become someone that is not worthy, but someone that really is the embodiment of their highest best? And if not, then there's a question that you want to ask yourself. If not, why not? And what can I do differently? What do I need to change, dramatically change, to ensure that who I'm embodying is actually my highest self, right? Like to make sure or to ensure that what I'm embodying are my values, are my highest best, if that makes sense. I feel like with the King of Pentacles here, this is energy that's not afraid of doing or giving itself a reality check. And it's also not afraid of giving someone else a reality check. And I feel that the reason why I'm saying this is because this is bringing me to Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy has no problem with checking you if you're wrong. At least maybe it's just me. I don't know. Like maybe it's just me. Like if I know and I feel like, uh-oh. That was one of my alarms. I'm a mom, so I have like 4 children and I have about 12 alarms a day that goes off. So yes, anyway, forgive that interruption, pardon that interruption. So I feel, and it's so funny that that happened because that in itself, it's like, okay, time's up here. Like what are we doing? Even though all we have is time, there's something about the timing of this. It's, I feel the Judgment card energy, even though it's not here. It's almost like one of those things where you ask yourself, what has come to pass? There's something that I need to pay attention to. The King of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, again, it's not afraid of checking you when you're wrong. Like if you're going to Capricorn for advice, be prepared to get nothing but that advice. Like, I mean, that just kind of is what it is. And I feel like this could be really true for anybody, but when anyone who's embodying that Capricorn energy, right? Like that, okay, you're going to either get the spawn of Satan, right? You're going to get a bat from hell, or you're going to get someone that is fully rooted, grounded, stable, and fair, right? So I feel like with this King of Pentacles, this is asking you, what have you built? What have you structured? What are you doing? And is this something that is truly sustainable for you in the future? And is what you're doing is what you're doing even worth your time, energy, effort, love, devotion, dedication, discipline? Like, is that what this is worth? And if not, you're being asked to completely change and pivot, because come this new year, this new time, which I'm filming this actually on December 31st, more than likely this is going to be posted the day of. I'm thinking about using this on YouTube just so that people can get kind of like an idea of what to expect when they come behind the scenes. I'm not really sure yet. But anyway, so basically with this energy, I feel like, wow, you also do have the 10 of Pentacles here. I don't know if I showed you that, but you have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is all about legacy, building, grounding, ancestry, all of those things. You also have the Temperance card here. Speaking of fairness, it's not the Justice card, but it's alchemical energy. It's the energy that says, I've learned so much. This is pointing me to like enlightened energy with this Ace of Wands sitting above this Temperance card. And then, of course, you have this Nine of Cups here sitting directly underneath the Tower card. So with all this energy in a nutshell, what it feels like is that this is a new journey, a new venture where things are drastically changing. Things are just, they're wiring themselves. I want to bring my attention to the world right now because I feel I just heard, okay, I don't mean to scare anybody. Okay. I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not going to fearmonger because I don't believe in fearmongering, especially for clicks, likes. I don't like that kind of energy. I'm off put by that kind of energy. I'm not going to do that. That's the way of the old world. You know, some of these gurus that will tell you, oh, this isn't that, you know, you might want to join the tribe or whatever, because there's going to be important information, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, first of all, relax, because I feel like you're saying that just because, and it's so funny because I feel like that's changing. So anyways, that's another topic for another day. We ain't going to get into that. But I feel like with this energy, what I heard was the word war. But then I also heard the word opportunity. So if anything was brewing, right? If anything was brewing, if anything was going to happen, which I do believe wholeheartedly that there is something that is brewing, but I do feel, I just heard war against the people. You don't want to be the one caught in the war against somebody else. If anything, you want to be so self-centered, rooted and grounded in your reality, in yourself, that your presence becomes the peace. So when you decide not to react or respond to this thing, your presence of rootedness and groundedness changes the atmosphere. And that's what's coming up here with this Temperance card and the King of Pentacles. It's the energy that is saying, I am actively choosing not to allow myself to be moved by chaos and external chaos and war. Instead, I choose for my presence to be so rooted and grounded in reality that everything around me shifts and changes according to the peace that I give. And that's exactly what I feel. And it's so interesting that it's bringing me to the walks that the monks are doing. I'm going to say this, okay? Your grandmothers have also prayed for your peace. And with this Ancestry card coming up here, this Ten of Pentacles coming up here, remember that there were people who came before you that prayed for your peace. Peace is not coming from some faraway land. If anything, peace can come from within yourself. And then when you start to embody the prayers of your ancestors, the prayers of your grandmothers, of your mothers, and I'm getting chills, when you embody their prayers, that is how you shift and change your reality. It doesn't have to come from a faraway place. It doesn't take for somebody else who may not look like you to, you know, or maybe it does. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to think, right? But what I am saying, what's coming from deep within my spirit, is that this is an example of what you are capable of. Let what people are doing to promote peace be a reminder of what you yourself are capable of and what you can bring to your own community. I want you to remember that. Okay? I want you to remember that. There will come a time, and that's right, I said will. There will come a time where our communities are going to need us, leaders, us. Yes, Nuna is a part of that. Okay? You are also a part of that in some way. We are going to be called to set the record straight for our communities. We have to take it upon ourselves to ensure that our communities have what they need. We need to come together collectively as a community and even branch out as far as the world and globally to come together to put a stop to whatever is coming. Because best believe we are going to need each other. The amount of energy that we put into these faraway places and faraway lands and other peoples, we can put that energy into our communities, into ourselves. Instead of being so caught up in what is going on over here, what's going on over there, what's going on around you. Because if you're putting so much attention to all these other lands and foreign places, which what affects us over there affects us over here, absolutely. But it starts with exactly where you're at. And the King of Pentacles knows it starts with the seed that I've planted. Not what so-and-so's garden has, not what they've got going on. It started with the seed that I planted. And what seeds have I planted? What am I sowing? There is a need of selfishness, because when you are selfish in this sense, eventually it's going to lead you to being selfless anyway, because what affects you is ultimately going to affect somebody else. regardless of which way you think about it. So what I hear Spirit saying is that right now is a time for you to be self-assured. Right now is a time for you to build towards a future that consists of more than just you, but it starts with you, and it starts with what you've planted. Do you understand? It's one of those things where what you want will change. What you want may change. Allow it to change, because when you allow yourself to change, you're telling the universe, I choose to grow and evolve. I choose to embody my highest best. And it starts with you, and it starts at home. Right? Now, this is not to throw shots at anyone who's doing whatever. That's not what I'm doing. And no, I'm not inserting myself in any chaos. No, I'm not inserting myself in anyone's movement. But what I'm going to tell you is that it starts with you. It starts at home. It starts with what is immediately around you. And eventually it will branch off into everything else. It starts with that one seed. And if you believe in the flower of life or in the seed of life, then you know by that one seed is connected to everything else in the universe, but it starts with that seed. So for anybody to come on here and, and try to clap back and like all this stuff, I want you to check yourself, because at the end of the day, what you can't say, and this is a message for somebody else. Maybe I am going to post this on YouTube, because maybe someone needs to hear. If you know that you are doing something, planting seeds for the future, for your future, because you know that ultimately it's going to bleed into everything else, then you've been marked as someone who has the collective energy at heart. You have the collective energy at best. I don't know why I want to say it that way. You have the collective's best interest at heart, okay? And Spirit sees you, but Spirit is asking for you to take time out to ask yourself and to reassess what you have planted, what you are planting, and stand on that. Stand on it. Let anything else that's happening outside of you be a representation of what you have the capacity to do. And if it's for good or bad, you decide that. You're the judge in that court. No one can decide that for you, right? So let whatever else is happening outside of you be a reminder of peace that you have within yourself. And you can gift that peace to your community, to your friends, to your family. Start there. Because before any of these other things have happened, transpired, these movements, it started from a small moment. Right? Someone was inspired. Someone said, I have to say something about this. I have to do something about this. And then eventually it branched off. You gathered your people. They gather their people. They are like-minded people. And they say, I'm going to make a stand for something because I feel that something is coming. You are also a catalyst for change. And I want you to remember that. You are a catalyst for change. And I want you to remember it. You are a catalyst for change. I said what I said, and I'm going to live on that hill. I ain't dying yet. I'm going to live on that hill. I'm living on it. But anyway, so let me go ahead and pull from Linneman real quick, and then we're going to pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed and the Wisdom of the Avalon. I'm excited for you because I feel like this is one of those things where you've been waiting for this change, and now is your time. You've been waiting for this change. You have the Faith card here. And you also have the Sun. You have the Snake here. I just heard the truth about religious organizations will show themselves, will show more. I did a prediction on that earlier this year, I believe. I will link the video where I talked about pastors and using money and things of that nature. But anyway, so I feel like with this, as it pertains to your own, wow. Okay. So you also do have here the book of the book. I like to call this the book of life, but it's education. And then you also have, wow, you have faith twice. So this is so deeply connected to your spirituality, your routine, and you embodying what you've been praying, honestly. And I feel like with this snake here, this is an illumination of knowledge and wisdom, right? It's not just sneaky things. It's not just that. It's energy that is so wise and healing. Like, I feel like this here is calling me to my own message. I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to pull back on that one real quick. And then let me zoom back in. Okay. So basically with this snake here, I feel like this is knowledge, wisdom, and it's shining a light on that. And it's shining a light on some kind of healing and you paying attention to that. Whatever is being shown right now, what is revealing itself to you now, this is good, because what's ultimately going to happen is you're going to receive some kind of clarity or guidance, and it's going to help you transition. That's truly what this energy feels like. I mean, that's just what the energy is. Let's go ahead and pull from this. I have to get ready to wrap this up because according to my stats, what I've been seeing on YouTube, I got to just kind of I got to cut my time down because of attention spans. They're not as high right now. So if you want to go deeper, you can become a part of the Saiyonan Collective. Well, yeah, of course, I would like for you to subscribe, but I also want you to become a part of our Saiyonan tribe in the background. Scarab Beetle, magic moves through you. Exactly. This has everything to do with magic, faith, belief, whatever it may be. I'm not someone that has faith. I'm someone that just knows that shit is real. That's just me there. That's just me though. Exactly. Let spirit be your guide is also here. The hawk spirit. The hawk spirit may be of significance to you during this time. Whoa. Okay. And then you also have here what looks like be playful. A rebirth is assured. There are some things that you don't want to take seriously, and there are some things you do. Your faith, the things that you believe in, the things that you know in, your right of worship, these are all things that you must take seriously. It's non-negotiable. And I also feel like this is one of those years where you are going to have to allow your intuition to guide you. This does not mean don't intellectualize your feelings, thoughts, emotions, and things like that. But what it does mean is to feel and not try to resort to logic and reason as a way to give meaning to things without you first giving yourself that time and space to just feel. Because what they're not wanting you to do is eliminate the feeling. They don't want you to eliminate that. They want you to use that and transmute it. Wow, exactly. You have serpent. You can't make this up. Serpent, energy, knowledge, and healing. Exactly. So like I said, I feel like the serpent here is also pointing to knowledge and wisdom. There's a message in that, like I stated, I'm going to pull for myself because I know what that means for me. For you, what it feels like is that this is a journey where you are more than likely going to be getting deeper into the mysteries, deeper into your spirituality, your faith, and you putting that first and foremost. That means you wake up and when the mystery, exactly. You don't know everything that's going to be, that's there for you. You don't know, but all spirit is telling you to do is trust and walk the path anyway. And that's what's going to lead you to that abundance regardless. And the more that you walk this journey, the more that you devote yourself, because this is clearly is energy of devotion. And when you devote yourself, you'd be surprised at what transform into. But transformation is what it looks like on the outside. Internally, it's a remembrance. And what you're doing is you have that one seed that contains all information. And eventually that seed is going to grow in the right conditions. That means that seed had every piece of information it needed to grow into what it was going to grow into. And you are that seed. And the King of Pentacles knows this. But this is one of those things where you want to protect the knowledge, sacred knowledge and mystery. You are more than likely someone who was a keeper. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't do it right now. I can't do it. I have to post this on YouTube, you guys. I'm so sorry. I have to. So yes, protection. Exactly. You are a sacred keeper of divine knowledge. Let yourself be that. I love that for you so much. Oh my goodness. Yes. Any more cards, Spirit? Okay, 2 more. Listen here, honey. The hawk and then the queen. The hawk is omens, messages, and then the queen is woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, friendships. Where is that spirit has your back? Hawk spirit. Hawks are significant to you. You may start to see them appear in your reality more often after this reading, or they may have already been appearing. Exactly. And I also just heard the word leadership. So I feel like you yourself are also here to be some type of force or leader. I feel like you're going to start seeing lots of not coincidences, but synchronicities are very are happening here. 444 is maybe significant. You've been seeing lots of fives recently. For some of you, it could be sixes, the queen, of course. This is definitely giving me matriarchal energy, of course. So there's that. So I do feel like with this space in your life that you're in now, this is a gateway, this is a green light, and this is your warning sign, right? A warning sign. Not even a warning sign, but this is more so one of those things where everything that you're about to do is blessed, protected, as long as you allow yourself to surrender to the mystery and put your spiritual practice first. This message is repeating itself. And I also do feel truly here that you are building from the ground up and you are planting seeds. And not only are you planting seeds, but you're also retrieving and uprooting and destroying the earth in a productive way to bring up to uproot the things that you've been building. You may want to eat a bit more of your root vegetables. You may want to eat some carrots if you don't mind the acidity that they have. You may want to do that. But other than that, I do feel like that's our time. And those are the messages that I have for you. If you want me to go deeper with you, make sure that you join our Saiyonan tribe, our Saiyonan circle, because that's where I can dedicate more time to you. You can log in after you reserve your spot for a devotional offering of, $10 for each and every month or whatnot, right? A $10 donation every month, because that is where you can get videos that you need that are outside of YouTube. At first, this video was going to be for our Saiyonan circle, but I just had to, something was just like, no, just put it on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, fine. But anyway, yes, if you need anything from me, feel free to visit me online over at thesayonanpath.org. If you wish to follow along with me on Instagram, TikTok, and any other place at Nuna Sees, I'll make sure to link everything down in the description box. If you need anything from the Etherium, I do have candles and everything available. Make sure that you reserve those on your way out. Don't forget to pick up your incense, as I have already hand dipped some. And for those that are not ready, I will make them fresh and then let them dry for about 24 hours and then ship them off with your reservation with with your offerings. Okay. Yes. Subscribe to this YouTube channel because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, and that's it. I love you. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next video.